Welcome to IAYTD and welcome to Comic Fights. This is going to be our third and final video for this arc about the Orange Lantern. Now, in the last video, I thought that maybe we do 3 or 4. We're going to go 3 because the end of this, I couldn't find anywhere else to go. So we're just going to do this nice little trilogy. So here are the results of what happened. Let's catch you up on the last 2 episodes. So in the DC universe, there's a character named Larfleeze, who is the Orange Lantern, which is driven by greed and avarice. He has found a way into the Marvel universe, and it's turned out that this is the way that all of these comic fights have been happening. This is why characters are crossing. This is why artifacts and weapons are seeping back and forth. There is some sort of overlap between these two worlds, and Larfleeze, driven by greed, realizes that there's all of these artifacts and things that he wants. So he comes to the Marvel Universe and immediately begins causing havoc. We've got the Avengers, we've got the X-Men, everyone is descending on him. There are constructs that he's making. It is this huge war. And this is not just heroes. There are villains also that, 1, want to save their planet, and 2, want that weapon. So for now, they're all fighting against Larfleeze, but that won't soon last. The person that finally gets through to him and takes out this massive threat is Kitty Pryde, who basically reaches through his chest and grabs his heart and pulls it right out of him. So Larfleeze is done. But the Orange Lantern needs a host. So now, either people want it or its parasitic nature is infecting those around it. So heroes are fighting heroes. Villains are going crazy with power. Everyone is fighting over this weapon. Now this is where we left off on the last video, is who does this ring choose? Who gets the ring? So based on your comments and the amount of likes on each comment, we've got some final contenders. One of those is Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom wants this ring, and he is demolishing anyone in his way to get it. But he is surprisingly facing off against Tony Stark, who is not only trying to stop Dr. Doom and be the nice guy, but Tony Stark wants the ring as well. So Tony Stark, using his suit, trying to stop Dr. Doom, but he is no match one-on-one for Dr. Doom. So Doom takes out the suit, stops him. The ring is within grasp. Dr. Doom almost has it, when suddenly someone throws themselves onto the ring. It is theirs. They are greedy. They want it. They need it. Who is it? Ed Lippincott said the Collector, hands down, is the person who covets the most in the Marvel Universe. Rubius adds in, yep, I was thinking the same thing. Sam adds in, spot on, in my opinion. And Martin adds in, just wanted to say this. The Collector. He heard rumors that this weapon was coming. He heard rumors that the Orange Lantern ring was on Earth. And he covets everything. And this is one of the most rare artifacts in the DC world. Other rings, there are many. The Orange Lantern, there is one. So his desire drives him there. And now that he has the ring, his greed is amplified. All of a sudden, constructs start to show up. He is creating animals that are extinct. He's creating heroes that were the last of their race. He is creating all of these things. Now here is where I decided to kind of realize that this was going to be the last video in this arc, because he doesn't want to fight. You know, it's not a question of who defeats the Collector, because the Collector leaves. There is no desire for him to fight. He's not trying to win this war. He's not trying to destroy Earth. He got what he wanted, and he's out of there. So in an instant, he's gone. And he retreats back to his sanctuary to basically exist with the ring in hiding. Now, there's a huge, massive kind of disaster left on Earth, right? All of these people that have been hurt, and now they're kind of like, why were we fighting? Meanwhile, he will exist with the Orange Lantern. He will be creating constructs of animals that he's only heard about. He'll be creating constructs of people that he's known and they've died. You know, he, with all of this greed, has power to create almost anything. and he's content to be there. But you know, someday someone's going to come for that ring. But that's a story for another day. So now here's the problem. On Earth, there is now this crack in reality. You know, there are fights that are going to happen. There are people that are going to be where they do not need to be. So we're going to get back to the basics for a couple weeks. So during the last couple videos, people have been suggesting traditional fights. So if you've done that, that's great. I've got them noted. If there are other fights you want to see, put them in the comments. Think about fights that are fair. This is where people usually get caught up. They list two people and it's very clear immediately who wins. So if you think about those two and you have a hard time picking a winner, that's kind of your test to say, let's put it in the comments. So for the next couple weeks, we'll go back to basics. We'll do some traditional fights. But this has been really interesting, this experiment of doing kind of an arc, kind of reminiscent of how comics do big events, right? So every summer, there's something big where people come together. So let me know in the comments if you have ideas for arcs. So maybe what sort of episodes we can do. Let me know if you have ideas for traditional fights. So we're gonna get back to basics. We'll see you next week on Comic Fights.